Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. The time is 9:29 a.m. And this is a pre-hearing conference in the matter of Robert Devine before the Massachusetts Peace Officer Standards and Training Commission. We are convening remotely over Zoom, and this pre-hearing conference is open to the public. This pre-hearing is being recorded. The Honorable Kenneth J. Fishman will be the presiding officer over today's pre-hearing conference. My name is Lizzie Smith, and I'm the hearings administrator for the Post Commission. And this matter is now before Judge Fishman.
Again, good morning, everybody. So I guess the biggest question at the moment, since we last talked, is to find out where things stand discovery-wise. Mr. Stowe, do you want to fill us in?
Yes, Your Honor. The piece of the puzzle we were waiting for was a response from the Attorney General's office to the underlying case. I got an email on Friday. I conveyed to Attorney Martinez, I believe yesterday, that today I am picking up the flash drive from the Attorney General's office that has been copied by one of the co-counsel in the civil case. So I will have that drive today. Of course, I need some time to review it with Mr. Devine. I suspect, given the fact that we're getting a drive, we've received a drive from the town of Stoughton, we received a drive from Attorney Martinez in this case, I suspect it's probably a lot of duplicate information, but I nonetheless have to look at it. I suggest to the court that we get a 30-day date with the intent that when we come back in 30 days, we'll get a trial date, a hearing date. I suspect a date in between the next date and the hearing date to discuss the evidence and how to best present it now that there are protective orders at the different forums.
So there's no other source that you're expecting discovery from?
Correct.
Okay. And will that drive that you're getting be shared with Mr. Martinez?
It will not. It's under an order of protection from Middlesex Superior Court. I'm sorry, Norfolk Superior Court.
Norfolk, yeah.
That's controlled by. There are 3 different orders, but I suspect it's all the same information. I could be wrong. I don't know what the Attorney General's office did, what the state police did for further investigation, but I suspect it's all similar. And without revealing what it is
right. Well, you can't reveal if you haven't seen it yet. So
that's what I suspect.
Right. How do you feel about all that, Mr. Martinez?
I think that that's logical. The only thing I would add is I do think that that interim date, if we do, a shorter date than have there be a final pre-hearing conference, that we should aim for the motions in limine to be completed for that second conference as well, just so we have a little time should, somebody have evidence excluded or whatever to make adjustments before the hearing. I know we've had a few hearings in the past where those motions in limine were decided at the time of the hearing. It would be nice in this one, especially because it sounds from the pre-hearing conference memo that the motions in limine will be relevant to a large chunk of the evidence that I hope to present. It would be nice to know heading into the hearing.
Sure. So you're saying, just so I have this right, you have no problem with setting a sort of reporting date in 30 days in order to set up the future hearing dates, right? That's right. Okay. And then you want to have it before a final hearing date, you want an interim hearing date for a hearing on motions in limine.
Yes, I think that would make sense.
And obviously a filing date for those as well, somewhere in between all of that.
Right.
Okay.
Well, that would be, that day would be after the final. So if we have a 30-day date, then we pick a date for the motions and then we have the hearing date.
Yeah, I mean, I think on that 30-day date, unless something else comes up that's not anticipated by any of us, we'll schedule everything forward. So a date for filing, a date for hearing, a date for hearing on the motions, and then a actual final hearing date. Does that work for everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, and we'll work together by the next 30-day date to see, ensure that we at least have a baseline as far as, you know, what the challenges will be to see if we can get some stipulations as to evidence or stipulated facts, things like that. With Mr. Stowe and I can aim to do that before the 30-day date.
Okay, that's appropriate for sure. All right. And do you have any concerns that there may be materials in the AG's production that the division is going to want to see?
As of this time, I don't have those concerns, Your Honor. To my knowledge, for what's relevant to our allegations, we have the materials.
Okay.
Yeah, there may certainly be materials out there that we do not have, but to my knowledge, for what's relevant to what we alleged in the order to show cause, I believe that we have the materials we need.
Yeah, I realize that
Yeah.
this discovery from other proceedings is a lot broader than what the issues we're dealing with regard to Mr. Devine. So there's certainly that's not unreasonable. There'd be material that at least the division doesn't feel is relevant to these proceedings. All right. So is there anything else you want to add?
No, Judge, I suspect, however, that the AG's information focuses on one of the other officers, given that he was indicted.
Right.
I don't think it would be, my thoughts are that it might not be relevant to Mr. Devine at all, but of course, as we discuss, I need to explore it. So
Is the civil case stayed pending the criminal action?
it has not. The discovery deadline has been kicked out to, I believe it's October, off the top of my head. So we're actively involved in discovery. And I think what we're waiting for is this final release of information so we can start going forward. No depositions have been scheduled. I'm sure they will be. The town supplemented some discovery for production of documents recently. And there's another question of whether or not the town has to release reports that it has, which I suspect are part and parcel of what I'm supposed to get today. That's it.
That's just so, because some of these things tend to impact our proceeding. Does the criminal case have a trial date?
I don't know. I haven't looked up the criminal case at all. I can't answer that question.
All right. Well, okay, so why don't we go ahead and pick a date for our next pre-hearing conference.
Tuesday, the March 18th looks fine. 18, 19.
Those dates would work for me as well.
Yeah, actually, the 18th works for me as well. So is there any problem with that date, Lizzie?
No, we can do Tuesday, March 18th at 9:30 a.m.
Okay. And I don't anticipate that's going to be a very long pre-hearing conference either, but we'll need to have in mind thinking about the more substantive proceedings that are scheduling those when we get to the 18th.
Right.
We'll do it 9:30 a.m. on Tuesday, the March 18th. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.